Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A, girl talk, get ready with me type video. I've gotten so many questions recently just about like my life and also just questions in general that you guys want me to answer. And I haven't done an updated Q&A in a while, so I decided to film that for today's video. But I didn't just want to sit here and like talk. I feel like doing my makeup at the same time will make it a little more interesting, especially for myself. So yeah, that is today's video. I asked you guys on my Instagram story and my YouTube community tab for any questions you might have. And you guys asked a lot, but a lot of your questions were very similar, so I put them into different categories on my phone. So we have personal questions, relationships, school, and YouTube related questions. So those are my categories for today. And without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with personal questions, and the first few questions just basically consist of like some of my favorite things. The first question is, what is your favorite Starbucks drink? And I think we kind of all know that answer at this point, but my favorite Starbucks drink is the strawberry acai lemonade refresher with no berries. I love that drink. Another one I've been really liking is the iced peach green tea, I think is what it is. Favorite skincare and makeup products. Ironic because I'm actually doing my get ready with me right now. For skincare, I don't really know. I feel like I mainly just use like Curology and stuff, which has been so nice for my skin. And I've gone through different like morning moisturizers because I feel like that kind of switches around every once in a while. And the one that I've really been liking recently has been this one from Glow Recipe. It's their hyaluronic cream moisturizer. And for makeup, it also kind of depends. Elf has been putting out really good dupes recently, so I've been enjoying a lot of those, as well as a lot of Rare Beauty products, Charlotte Tilbury, stuff like that. What is your favorite hobby? Honestly, I feel like it would be like just creating YouTube videos. Just creating YouTube videos, even some that I might not post, has been one of my hobbies since like elementary school, I would say. Like I remember in like 3rd grade during the school supply season, whenever I would go shopping, I would come home and like film a school supplies haul for myself, which basically meant I filmed a haul on like my iPad, edited it on iMovie, and I didn't post it anywhere, but it was just something that I like to do. So I would say like making videos like this is definitely a hobby. Also, just spending time with friends and family is one of my favorite things to do, and like going to the beach for sure, traveling, stuff like that. What are your favorite clothing brands? I would say I'm pretty open with like my clothing brands. I'm not really specific on like what brands I like to buy, but some of my favorites recently have been Hollister, PacSun, Brandy, Urban, Princess Polly, and low-key I've been finding some really cute things at Target as well. Also Cotton On. I really like their bikinis. What are some of your favorite books or like book recommendations in general? I'm not the biggest reader. I feel like I've said that plenty of times on my channel, but in the summer I've definitely gotten back into reading a little bit more. Last summer I really enjoyed the Emily Henry books, specifically like Beach Read and Happy Place. One of my favorite books that I read last summer was Malibu Rising. I love that book. It was so interesting to read and I felt like it flowed nicely, and that one was definitely one of my favorites. And the one that I'm actually reading currently, I would say, is one of my favorites as well. I don't have it near me, but I think it's called like the Happily Ever After playlist, something like that. The next few questions are just like about my background, I guess. Where are you from? So I am originally from Minnesota. I feel like I've said that a lot in my videos recently. I was born in Minnesota and I lived here until 2019, so about until I was 12. And then I just spilled concealer on my bed, hold on. And then my family ended up moving to California and now I live there. I do come back to Minnesota every summer and stay at this little lake house with my family, which is where I'm at right now. So yeah, I'm originally from Minnesota. When is your birthday? February 19th. I am currently 17 years old. What religion are you? I don't really have a specific religion. I don't really know what to like call it. I don't have a specific religion, but I definitely have certain beliefs, if that makes sense. I don't really know. How is your mental health and how do you deal with it? I would say around my sophomore year of high school, I definitely struggled more with like mental health and just like, I guess, stress in general. Right now though, my mental health is doing great. I think it's just school that really gets it going. Some ways that I deal with it are I talk to people. Okay, my blush looks really pink. Hopefully that'll die down. Anyways, I talk to people close to me. I do more things like for myself, if that makes sense. Like I take time more for myself, kind of sit back, reflect, and I don't know, find myself more or spend time for me, and also know that you're not alone and that it's okay to struggle sometimes, and try to remove whatever is causing you to stress in your life or distance yourself from it. How is your skin so clear? I feel like on social media things can look so different, which obviously like I am proud proud of my skin. I think it is pretty clear. I don't want to get too up close and personal, but this is like what my skin's looking like. I didn't put any like foundation or skin tint or anything on. As you guys can see, I have like bumps on my forehead, but nothing too bad. And I think it's just because I use Curology. Like, I'm just gonna be straight up. This video is not sponsored by them, but they do customize like skincare formulas and I use it. So how are you so confident? I got this question like a lot, and I don't know if that's just how I come off as like on camera, but I would definitely say that sometimes I struggle with my confidence like in real life, but I've definitely been working on it. And I think just like believing in yourself and recognizing that like you are worthy and you have talents and skills, which obviously they might look different from other people, but just like understanding that you are your own person and you are important in the world definitely makes a difference. And I think just being yourself and not caring like what other people think is a great way to be confident. But also I feel like I come off as more confident on camera, maybe because I'm just like talking to myself and I'm not talking to like a group of people. But yeah, the last question for this section is your life always as easy as it seems on your YouTube channel? The simple answer to that is no. Obviously social media makes things look better than they seem because everything is edited. I don't edit my Instagram pictures like in any way, maybe the lighting, but that's it. And with YouTube I literally just cut down the clips, but everything is edited on social media. So obviously no, my life is not as perfect. I do not post all of my breakdowns that I have or like just the problems that arise. I don't post all of that on the internet, but I still try to be pretty real with you guys. So no, I still go through things, and I think that's important to realize that what you see online and like social media is not like the perfect representation of their true life, because everyone struggles with stuff at some point. I didn't realize how much like the personal questions took up because like I'm getting close to the end of my makeup routine, but that's okay. We can just finish the video with the rest of the questions. But this next section is the relationships, which includes boys and friend relationships. So the majority of the questions that I got were for me to talk about my boyfriend, because I've kept it a little bit more private than I think a lot of people wanted, I guess. Also, I definitely just put too much blush on, but it's okay. Basically, I have a boyfriend and his name is Kyle, and as of right now when I'm filming this, we've been together for almost 8 months now, which is honestly crazy. And a lot of your questions just were all about how we met, how long have we been together, your favorite date activity, and like a boyfriend reveal in general. I personally am choosing to keep my like relationship more private just to respect him, but also like myself and my privacy. So here's a picture of us. Like I said, his name is Kyle. We've been dating for almost 8 months. How did we meet? Basically, he has his own friend group, I have my own, and over the summer they started to like collide and hang out more. And it happened while I was in Minnesota, so I did not initially meet him when the friend group started hanging out, but when I came back we met, started talking, hanging out, and here we are. And for my favorite date activity, I think I would say anything just like simple. I don't know, I really like simple dates a lot, like bringing sandwiches to the beach and watching the sunset, staying in and like playing games or hot tubbing, like something cute and simple like that. What's so exciting is that he's actually coming to stay with me in Minnesota in just a few days. He's gonna stay with us for a week, so he'll kind of get to see what I do in the summer for like a few weeks on end when I'm not at home, which I think is gonna be so fun. A lot of you were asking for relationship advice or like first relationship advice, and I feel like I am not the best person to be answering this question just because I'm in my first relationship right now, and I'm not gonna lie, everything has been like really easy, if that makes sense. I guess all I really have to say is that trust the timing of just life. Don't rush yourself into a relationship just because like you feel like you need to, because you're at the age when like everyone starts getting boyfriends, so you feel like you need to get one as well. Like, don't rush into something and just like wait for the timing. Like, I'm gonna be so honest, for me, I was never the person to like look at guys everywhere I went and be like, oh he's cute, or oh he's cute, or like I have a crush on him. I was never that person. I've actually known my boyfriend for like 2 or 3 years, but it wasn't on a personal level. It was like I knew who he was at my school, and it wasn't until like we started talking and hanging out that it just kind of naturally happened. So I wouldn't like push yourself into something that isn't ready, or like I would just trust timing and just let everything go as it is. Also, don't worry about everything for your first relationship. At least for me, I was a little nervous, like the first date, first kiss, like all that kind of stuff. And like I said, everything happens in its own timing, so just trust that, trust the person you're with, and yeah. And then I have 2 questions relating to like friendships. So the first one is tips for making friends in high school or just school in general. And my main piece of advice for that would be to just talk to as many people as you can, because when you're making friends, the goal is not to pick and choose like who you think looks like they would be a good friend, you know what I mean? Or like judge someone being like, oh, we don't have similar interests, like we're probably not gonna gonna be good friends. Because when you're in the situation of making friends in school, it'll just benefit you more in the end if you just try to be friends with like everyone basically. Obviously if they're like mean or whatever, stay away, but in general, trying to be friends with more people is better than picking and choosing who you think would be a good friend. So simply by just talking to people in your classes or like join clubs, sports, whatever, talking to people there, just try to engage with as many people as you can and have an open mind, and also be yourself and be friendly. How do you deal with friendship issues? I think we've all had our fair share of that, especially now as I'm going into senior year. I have had plenty of friendship issues, elementary school, middle school, high school, and I think it's really important to understand that it is completely normal and healthy to go through that with your friends, and it actually means you have a stronger friendship if you go through that stuff. If you guys have never once argued about something or gotten mad at each other or anything like that, like that's a fake friendship in my opinion, because I feel like for you to express those emotions and for you guys to argue about something, it shows that you do care about each other. That's my take on it. So if you are having friendship issues, try your best to work through it. Communication is my #1 thing, because I feel like so many of my friendship issues come from miscommunications, and like if you're mad at someone but you just don't tell them and you're just mad at them, they're not gonna know why, and they're gonna be like, why is she mad at me, which makes more drama. So communication, be kind, don't just be mean to your friend maybe because they did something mean to you, and also stay out of like other people's drama because that just makes it worse. And if it's someone who's truly being mean to you or toxic or bullying, whatever, definitely separate from them and distance yourself and do not be friends. But if it's your friend who like you've had just some disagreements, arguments, whatever it is, try to work through it. And yeah, I feel like that's the best I can say right now. Moving on to my school category, this includes questions about high school and college. But the first question is, what has been your favorite part about high school so far? And honestly, okay, it is so hard to talk while putting this lip gloss on, so hold on. Okay, my makeup is done, so now I can just sit and talk with you guys and do like girl talk. But I think my favorite part of high school so far would just be all of the friendships and like opportunities that I've gotten. I can't really pick a specific like event, just all the friends that I've met. I have such a good friend group right now. They are the sweetest people on the planet and I love them with my whole heart. So being able to be friends with them, also meeting my boyfriend, all the opportunities I've gotten in high school are just so nice. What activities have you been a part of at school? I've been a part of student council a few years, I think like freshman and sophomore year. I'm in NHS, which is National Honor Society, CSF, which is California Student Federation, maybe, I'm not exactly sure. I also hold an officer role for NHS, and then I'm going into my second year of yearbook, which I'm publicity like manager for that. And then I've been a part of just like various clubs, and yeah, I think that's about it. What classes have you taken in high school, and would you recommend taking honors and AP courses? I personally always been the one to want to challenge myself and like always wanted to take the higher level class. So when given the opportunity, I've always taken the honors class versus regular level, or AP versus regular level. Freshman year I took honors English 1, honors biology, geometry, Spanish 1, honors world history, and PE. Sophomore year I took PE, honors English 2, AP Euro, honors algebra 2 trig, honors chemistry and Spanish 2. And then this past junior year I took AP Lang, AP Physics 1, honors pre-calc, yearbook, and AP US history. Those are all the classes that I've taken. For me, I would recommend honors and AP level classes. I feel like they're definitely doable, and especially if you want to go for college credit in the future or you want to boost your GPA, I feel like they're such good courses to take. Also, they're more challenging, and I personally like the style of those classes better, but obviously that depends on you as a person. So if you are not ready for the workload or just the skill level that you're gonna need, obviously you might want to lean towards not taking it, but I personally would recommend taking them. What is your favorite study technique? For me, it just kind of depends on the class and also how much I need to study. I always love making Quizlets and like flashcards. I feel like those are so helpful, especially for like vocab and stuff, but also printing out as many study guides and whatever that is and like annotating them, active recall, stuff like that has worked really well for me. Which year of high school has been your best and which has been your worst? This is a very unpopular opinion, I think, but for me, my best year was junior year, which was this past year. I don't know what it was. I feel like everyone says it was the worst. It was definitely my favorite year so far. It was so fun. I think because all my friends are able to drive, so we're all able to go do more things with each other. And the classes I took were all AP, so they were definitely like hard, but low-key I feel like sophomore year honors classes were harder for some reason. I don't know. Junior year has been my favorite so far, although I think senior year is gonna top that. And then my worst year I think I would say was sophomore year, just because the classes were not it, some friends stuff, mental health, just not my year. What are your thoughts on going into senior year? Are you scared, nervous, excited? I am so excited to go into senior year. Everyone says it's your best year, and obviously I think it's gonna be my best year. I'm so excited. So many fun things planned. I am a little like scared and nervous because going into senior year means college apps and just all the stress with that. Also knowing you just have like 1 year left before going to college is kind of scary, kind of sad, but overall I think I am very excited. What do you plan on majoring in / what career do you want to do in college? These college questions are kind of scary to me. I don't like to think about college that much just because I just want to enjoy my time now, still in high school, but I don't really know what I want to major in or like do in college. I think I want to stick with like something social media, marketing, business, advertisement, something along those lines. I do not have like a specific career. Obviously I still want to be doing YouTube. And the last question for this category is, where are you planning on applying to college? Do you have a dream school? I'm planning on applying to like the UCs and Cal States, which are basically California colleges. I would love to stay in California, but I don't have like a dream school. For me, it's just if I can get into one of those schools and like that school, I feel like that's enough for me. I would be grateful to get into really any of the UCs because they are pretty hard to get into. So yeah, I did tour UCSD and I did really like that campus, so maybe UCSD, although I'm not like set on one school, if that makes sense. And then lastly, I just have 3 questions about YouTube. The first one is, how do you balance YouTube and school and just life in general? I would say I struggled with this a lot over my junior year, like last year. If you guys have been following me, you know I didn't post for like a month 2 times. Like I know I took a break in like the fall and winter, and then also the winter and spring, and also like in May and June, I think, where I didn't post for a few weeks to a month on end. I just really struggled with being able to balance like time with family, time with friends, school, and YouTube was kind of my last priority, which makes sense because I don't want to make YouTube like a job. I still want it to be something like fun and like a hobby of mine. So I would say I definitely struggled with it, but I'm definitely better at it now, especially in the summer because I don't have school in the way. I would just say setting my priorities straight like in my head, and also being able to organize my life more like on a calendar and stuff, but also realizing that it's okay to like not post for a little bit or to not hang out with your friends for a little bit so that you can focus more on family or school or whatever it is. Like realizing that you're not going to be able to do everything at once sometimes, and that's okay. Tips for starting / growing a channel or a social media presence. I've been working on growing like my presence in general on TikTok and Instagram as well as YouTube, but I would just say consistency and being yourself and putting effort into your content are the best ways to grow your channel or just like your following. People can realize the efforts that you're putting into your videos, so if you put enough effort and like time into your videos, obviously more people will realize that and want to follow you. Also staying consistent, which I have not been the best at, but being able to post like once a week or twice a week even will encourage more people to want to come back and watch you because they'll know you'll have new videos every week. And also just being yourself, because obviously no one wants to see someone being like fake online. I don't know, I feel like it's more fun to watch different YouTubers because they all have their different personalities. Kind of painting your own picture on social media of like who you are and how your content may be different or how you're different from just like other YouTubers, because I know so many people do the same type of content. So yeah, just kind of being yourself. And lastly, how long do you plan on doing YouTube? I have thought about this a little bit, but not like a lot. I don't know, I definitely want to do it throughout the rest of high school and also college, but after that I have no idea where I'll be in life, so I definitely do not want to take it to like family channel type vibes. If you know, you know. I just don't want to go there. For my like solo life journey, I definitely want to take you guys along with and just be able to look back on me and like my life and my growth, definitely through college, I'll say that. But that concludes all the questions that I have for today's video. If you have any other questions that I didn't answer, feel free to comment them down below and I will definitely answer those for you guys. If you stayed all the way up to this point in the video, congrats and thank you so much. Comment this emoji so I know you stayed all the way until this point. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell down below to be notified whenever I post. I do not have a specific posting schedule. I post whenever I have a video ready, which means more videos for you guys. So definitely have the notification bell turned on and watch out for any announcements I make. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!